All right, Shalom. This is Har 1 by Yasha Allah of the GMS Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, Yahawa, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Harakakodash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 2. For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I succored thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. All right. So, of course, this is talking about 2,000 years ago when they were speaking about the foundation being laid for who was going to be saved in these times. So today is the time of salvation. Today is the time that we're heard. Just like 2,000 years ago, when Paul and the disciples were on the scene after Yahawashi. So now we're in the time of Acts all over again, the time of Corinthians, and so on and so on, where we're reaching out to the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, in the time of salvation, to where we're being succored into this truth, right? Being built up by the carpenter. Same way a carpenter would fasten the beams, fasten the straw or the brick, set up the brick, establish the bricks, make the mortar for the bricks, and then place the bricks where you want. And that's Yahawashi building the temple for Yahweh, the brick maker. You know, that's Yahawashi. All right. So he's the one that's set up to succour us, which means to build us up. I'm going to get into that word succour. So the Lord said, I have heard thee in the time accepted, and this is the accepted time. All right, this is the word succour. Let me get this in the Greek. And it says, boietheo, which means to aid or relieve, to help, succour, bring aid. So that the Lord is going to help and succour us in this truth, meaning aid us in this truth, build us up. And also physically, he's going to build us up, give us aid in the time of affliction, in the time of Jacob's trouble. This is Revelations 3:18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold, tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. And chasten means to what? Correct. You know, put us in the correct spirit before the day of judgment. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. So the Lord will come in and sup with you, meaning eat with you and build with you. All right. To have supper, let me get the word. Verse 21, to him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. So the ones that died for this truth 2,000 years ago, the Lord set it up to where in these days he's going to succour them and guide them to him and build them up. That's the promise. All right, this is the word to sup. It means sup. Dipino. It means to dine, take the principal or evening meal. To sup. So basically saying that the Lord will come in and eat with you and show you what to eat, how to eat it, you know. and build you up and give you the right nourishment, because that's what food does. That's what this word does. It builds you up. It makes you nice and healthy and strong. All right. This is Isaiah 41:14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob. So that spiritually he'll come in and help us as far as succoring us to come in and sup with you, to build you up spiritually. And also this is physically when the Lord protects the hopeful elect of Israel. When he succours them, meaning builds them up in that day through spiritual power or the protection of the angels. Isaiah 41:14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, because we're like a worm, helpless and moving around amongst the dead. That's what the worms do, right? And ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth, meaning having power. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in Yahweh, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. So the Lord's going to what? Build us up and give us might and power in that day. That's what teeth means. All right? Having teeth. So he's going to strengthen us physically and spiritually and build us up unto that coming hour, unto that accepted time. And that we're in that accepted time now. This is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. And Jacob are the children of Israel. Right? Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, in the confusion of faces. But he shall be saved out of it. All right, this is the word Succour in the Hebrew. And it says Izar. Izar. All right. It would be the I, the Za, and the Ra symbol, but you would shorten the Ra and cut it off and make it Izar. So it'd be to surround. So the Lord said he's going to surround us with what? All right, he said he's going to what? Surround us. This is Psalms 34:7. The angel of Yahweh encampeth about them that fear him, and delivereth them. See, that's you're talking about Yahawashi, because it says the angel, not angels. So who's that talking about? Yahawashi. The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. See, that's delivereth goes back to Yahawashi. He's set up to deliver. All right, that's what his name means. He delivers. He the deliverer. All right, now this is a different form of deliverance. You have deliverance meaning picking you up, snatching you, and taking you from one place to another. Like a doctor delivers a baby from his womb, into the world or out of affliction. And you have this deliverance right here to where the Lord will succour you in the situation. So put us in the fire like he did Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right. So the word is kalataza, and it means H2502, to pull off, to strip, to depart, to deliver, to equip, present, strengthen. So the Lord, so he's basically saying the angel of Yahweh encampeth around them that fear him, and he equips them and strengthens them, succours them. See, because that's the same thing that a succour means: to remove, to draw out, draw off, take off, withdraw, equipped, arm for war. So the Lord Yahawashi is the one that arms us for war, and that comes from Yahweh. All right, he gave us the spiritual equipment, and he's going to give us the physical equipment. He said he'll give us teeth, having might and power. And also scriptures tell you to put on the whole armor of the Lord. And it's talking about spiritual. So we the one that equips us for the battle, gives us the sinews, puts the culture back on us, the truth back into us. That's all given to Yahawashi. And then gives us wisdom, which means the instruction. All right, to make strong, brace up, to invigorate. That's like giving you spiritual power, to be saved, to be delivered, to pull out, to tear out, to rescue, deliver, set free, to take away, plunder. All right, so Psalms 34:7, the angel of Yahweh encampeth around them. Encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. All right. So Isaiah 41. Actually I already read that. But 15 it says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and thou shalt make the hills as chaff. All right, get back to the definition of the word Succour, which means Izar in the Hebrew. And it says to surround, to protect, aid, to help, succor, support, to help, to be helped, to help. So the Lord is able to help us in all of our journey and all of our affliction. Matter of fact, in all of our evils. All right, this is Matthew's 26:29. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. All right, and to be arrayed and to be covered means to be succored, all right, built up. Wherefore, if Yahweh so clothed the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. So the same way the Lord protected Elijah, Noah, the same way you see the animals and they get up and there's a system that's set up for them to where they're clothed in their own way. They have their food waiting on them, but man, the Lord said we was under curses to where we have to work to eat, but that curse is going to be removed. And the Lord is able to succor us, meaning to feed us, to help us, to cover us, to clothe us spiritually and physically, right? In these times where these nations seek to pull the flesh off you, pull the clothing off you, and leave you naked and ashamed and bare in poverty. 33, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh. Don't seek money. Don't seek man's approval. What you do is you seek what? The kingdom of heaven. That's what the Lord said to come here and do, to seek the kingdom, right? And all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. And it's the point. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Meaning the Lord will give you a blessing and secure you in each evil. So when bad things arise every day, the Lord gonna give you a certain amount of blessing to get through it. All right, to secure you, succor you through it. All right, unto the evil thereof, meaning evils will come every day on a daily basis. But the Lord's gonna give you a certain amount of blessing to make it through it, to overcome it. Every day. All right, so that's the word succor. It says Izar, to surround, protect, aid, to be helped, to help, right? And it's different than the word to save or deliver, but they go hand in hand. All right, because equipping somebody, saving them. Hey man, we'll be there to pick you up in 5 minutes and for to save you. But I sent you a package and put it on. It's going to equip you, succor you, protect you, help you deliver, help aid in the process of delivering you. A aid package, right? And get you to me, and then I'm going to deliver you. I'll get you through the situation, then I'll deliver you. And that's what the Lord is doing. He sent us a care package, an aid package, which is the scriptures, and He's going to succor us, meaning build us up through the Spirit, and also physically through spiritual power. And then the Lord is going to deliver us, take you out of the situation and put you in a different situation. This is Hebrews 2:11. For both he that is sanctified, and they who are sanctified are all one. So the word sanctified goes back to being holy. All right. So the Holy One and the ones He made holy, separated, are all one. All right. Just like Yahweh and Yahawashi are one. That way He said He and His Father are one, meaning the same Spirit. But they're different spirits, man. Just like we're different from Yahawashi, but we all agree in one. For which cause He is not ashamed to call them brethren, right? Because those that do the will of the Father are His brothers. Saying, I will declare Thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the church will I sing praise unto Thee. And today we call out on the name Yahweh. So we're supposed to know His name. And we do know His name, all right? Yahweh and Son named Yahawashi. And the church means to be called out, all right? And again, I will put my trust in Him. And again, behold, I and the children which Yahweh have given me. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, He also Himself likewise took part of the same, that through death He might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil. So the Lord basically saying He walked in our shoes upon this earth, came from the spirit realm and came down to this earth and walked in the flesh to show us how to make it through an hour of temptation, how to make it through the temptation of the devil, the wiles of the devil, and like Popeye has the spinach. The Lord showed us the scriptures is what strengthens us, the comforter. All right. And that His name, Yahawashi, He's the Spirit that builds us up. So the Lord destroyed the power of the devil and power of sin over these hopeful elect, and delivered them who through fear of death, physical death, were all their time subject to bondage, right? Because any nation wanted to put us in bondage, they just threatened to kill us. But if you know that you won't die, and you know that Yahawashi lived, and the proof is in the scriptures, and you have faith in that, then we won't be afraid to die. All right. For verily He took not on Him the nature of angels, but He took on Him the seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it behooved Him to be made like unto His brethren. Right? The seed of Abraham goes all the way through Joseph. All right. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all the way down to King David, to Solomon, to Joseph. And that's who Yahawashi came through. All right. That He might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to Yahweh. He's our high priest in the heavens, offering up our prayer as incense and praying for us, right? Sin offerings and things like that, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. See, for in that He Himself have suffered being tempted, He is able to succor them that are tempted. All right, so he suffered his trial, and he said he's able to succor or build up or help or aid us in our trials. All right, this is Luke 22 and 27. For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat or he that serveth? Is not he that sitteth at meat? But I am among you as he that serveth, right? The Lord didn't show up in the nature of angels. Didn't show up like the scribes and Pharisees was trying to do, sitting in the high seats in the rooms and the ones that sit at meat. But the Lord showed up as a minister, as one that serves, to serve us the word. All right. It says, ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations. All right. So the ones that believe walk with Yahawashi in his temptations when he was going through his trial. And now he's walking with us through our trial in these times in the spirit as he sits on the right hand of the Father. And I appoint, it says, ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations. And I appoint unto you a kingdom as my Father hath appointed unto me, that ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom. So in the kingdom, we'll be the greater ones sitting at the table as we move through this society as serving the word, right? Serving each other with the scriptures through the spirit. But if we keep pushing, we'll sit down as the ones that sit at meat at the table with Yahawashi, like a king. You have a warrior that slays the dragons and goes out and kills, right? Slays and fights for the kingdom. That's to reign. But then to sit down and eat at the table, that's to sit down and indulge by the fruits of your labor. And that's to be a king. So you go from a warrior to a king. But once you become king, if you keep on just killing and killing and killing, you become a tyrant. All right. So when we're in the kingdom, the Lord gonna have mercy and get rid of Esau at 1,000 years. We're gonna put punishment on these nations, but at 1,000 years, we're gonna be just kings, nation of kings and priests. All right, indulging all the fruit of our labor, of Yahawashi's labor. So that ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, so 18, Hebrews 2 and 18, for in that he himself hath suffered, being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. All right, so it says he is able to what? To aid or relieve them that are tempted, to help, succor, to bring aid. All right, so through the Spirit, he's able to help us right now, man, and to aid us in our time of affliction, time of temptation, in our trial, to where we're being tested as gold tried in the fire. All right, and it's talking about our trial, our temptation, to where the devil seeks to afflict us and bring adversity upon us. But the Lord is able to resist, give you a spirit of resistance. All right. 1 Peter 5 and 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, your contender, the one that's contending with you, right, trying to bring you down, as the Lord builds you up. The devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Just like fire, right? Whom resist steadfast in the faith. So the Lord gives us power, like a visible force field. He protects us as with a shield. Let me get that. Psalms 5 and 12. For thou, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, will bless the righteous with favor. And favor means to be like chosen. All right, or choice one. That's the favor, my favorite. All right, or blessing. It says, for thou, O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, will bless the righteous with favor. Wilt thou compass him as with a shield? So the Lord will compass you as with a shield, man, and put like a force field around you, and call it faith. Put the angel under Yahawashi around you. Someday you're going to physically have that glow like a firmament around you. All right. But that power is going to project from within, meaning faith, your spirit. 1 Peter 5:9, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. All right. But so when somebody's in this truth, and they die in the truth, and you're in the spirit realm, you say to the ones that's in the world, and also today we're the ones that are here, so that same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world, and the Lord is able to bring us through all of it. But the power of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Yahawashi, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect. See, this is to Succour. But Yahweh, the power of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Mashiach Yahawashi, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. So that's what's that's what the Lord is promising to the hopeful elect, to make you perfect, to establish you. I mean, stand you upon your feet, give you balance. It's your foundation, to strengthen you and to settle you. This is Ephesians 4:11. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Yahawashi, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Yahawashi. So the Lord is able to succor us, meaning aid us, to strengthen us, to be perfect. All right. Perfect saints. Now, all right, I'm gonna end it with this. And right, because we still have, you got 2/3 that are still in the world that's suffering, and the ones that wake up, the Lord is able to succor them the same way he's succoring us and protecting us and building us up spiritually and physically, all the way to the day where he advances us and gives us spiritual abilities, spiritually and physically, and all to ultimately to be delivered spiritually and physically someday. Revelations 1:13, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. So the Lord said he's going to announce Yahweh's name in the midst of the church. And the church represents the 7 candlesticks, the 7 churches of Asia Minor, the Israelites. All right, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. That's what he has on right now. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, meaning dark brown, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the voice of many waters. So he's a strong so-called black man with white woolly hair. That's talking about Yahawashi. And he's not an African, according to the book of Hebrews. He came from the tribe of Judah. All right. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, talking about the angels. And out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword. And that's talking about the word, that laser beam, that spiritual ability. And his countenance was as the sun shining, as the sun shineth in his strength. So the Lord's going to be brighter than the sun when we see him. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, fear not, I am the first and the last. All right. I am he that liveth and was dead. So that's the proof. So Yahawashi is alive. And behold, I am alive forevermore. Aman. And have the keys of hell and death. So the Lord is able to free us from any hell and any type of death, meaning sin or physical death. And he's able to succor us because he walked in his flesh. So he's able to keep us revived and alive. What's the word, man? Preserved until the end, and ultimately to deliver in that time, which that's the next word I'm going to go into, the word to save or deliver. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.